would you be at in your life if you didn't quit? Where would you be at? I think about that all the time. You know, I'm on a fitness journey right now where I went through a little depression the last few months and I gained some weight. And I'm like, dang, I got to lose all this weight that I worked so hard to get off. But okay, cool. Now I'm going to make sure this is the last time because I don't want to have that quitter mindset. I don't want to have that quitter mentality because it becomes poison. And quitters always find a reason to blame other people why they quit. It's everybody else's fault. No, it's on you. It's on you. At the end of the day, you have to accept the responsibility. I'm not saying you right people's wrong behavior. Okay, don't take it out of context, but I'm saying that you have to accept responsibility over your life. There's more to your life than quitting on yourself. Like, when you just gonna believe in yourself, when you gonna really go for it, like, that don't excite you? That don't excite you just to realize that there's another level to your life? Like, that don't excite you to know that there's the greatest you out there and you haven't met yet? Just imagine if you met the greatest you. Just imagine that right now. Like, the greatest you, whatever that looks like for you. You can paint whatever picture you want to paint. Just imagine if you met the greatest you. Just imagine if you met a 20% better you. Just imagine if you met a 40% better you. Just imagine that. What would change? How would you be? Maybe you'll be a better father, a better husband, a better wife, a better mother, a better friend, a better entrepreneur, a better servant, a better employee, a better boss. Just think how better your life would be if you would stop quitting on things when it gets hard. And what baffles me, I talked about this earlier, is like, what's crazy to me is that in the real world, we don't quit on certain things. Like, on the way to our job, I used this analogy earlier. On the way to our job, right, if there's a wreck, we don't turn around and go home. Think about it. Think about this. Like, this is like some practical common sense stuff. Think about this. When you have to be at a destination, okay, when you have to be at a destination, think about this. When you have to be at whatever that destination is, I don't care if it's a youth sports game, I don't care if it's a wedding, I don't care if it's your job. When you have to be somewhere, I have a question. How many of you, and let me know, I want to read comments, how many of you, when you have to be somewhere, like your life depends on it pretty much, how many of you turn around when there's traffic? How many of you turn around if there's a wreck? How many of you turn around if there's a detour? Like, how many of you do that? Like, let me know, because this is the thing I love to prove to people. Like, you ain't got no quitter spirit. You ain't no quitter. God didn't create you to be no quitter. But what happens is we start to believe external things, right? We start to believe our experiences. We start to believe opinions. We start to believe the things that we went through in life. And we start to believe that's us. That's just an experience. Just because you went through something and you're not there, a lot of us, we don't have patience because we want to be somewhere so bad we don't realize how far we came. So how many of you, somebody said, if I thought running for a government office, no, I'm running for this office right now. How many of you would still find a way? And you don't even, I know you would, because you know, if you don't show up at that job, you're going to get fired. You know, if you don't show up at that wedding, your family going to cuss you out. You know, if you don't show up at your kid's sporting game, your kid going to be there with tears, right? You find a way. Some of y'all drive on the feeder road, the service road, you make up ways. You go down the back road, you find ways that ain't even on Google Maps. You find a way. You're that determined. Why can't you be that damn determined for your life? Like, just for real. And these are things I talk to myself about, guys. I always say that because I don't want you to think I'm picking on you. I say, Trent, why can't you be that determined for your life? Why can't you be that determined for your growth? Because listen, this is the truth. Somebody somewhere is dependent on you not to quit. And I'm not just talking about your family. I'm not just talking about your kids. I'm talking about a stranger that needs your story, that needs to look at you and be inspired by you, that you haven't even met yet, is dependent on you not to quit. But Trent, I don't have that many followers. But Trent, I don't think nothing special about me. But Trent, all those damn excuses, throw those excuses away. The world don't care about no excuses. Okay, you are special because that's how you were created to be. When I first started this, you think 3,000 people would be on here? No, be 3. But I kept showing up. I didn't quit. I kept showing up, man. I need to stop doing this after I work out because I'll be too crunk. I kept showing up even when it was only 5, 10 people at my events. I kept showing up even when I was just, going to elementary schools when nobody would bring me in to speak outside of elementary schools. I kept showing up. I kept showing up even when people that I thought would support me didn't support me. I kept showing up. I kept showing up even when I had stage fright and I'm an introvert and I was so afraid to speak in front of people and messed up on the stage. I kept showing up. Even when I didn't want to write a book and I struggled to write a book, you know what? I kept showing up. Even when I lost people on the journey that I thought would stay with me on the journey, you know what I did? I kept showing up. Even when things weren't going my way and I made mistakes, I kept showing up. The point is this: people who make it happen with their life, they keep showing up. Let's get it.